Today we will start with a new topic, programming model of 8085 microprocessor or register organization of 8085 microprocessor. See, this is very important question, and in this you can cover many questions from this chapter. So, with this question may ask, design or write, draw the programming model of 8085 microprocessor, or it may ask, register organization of 8085. So, whether this topic is from programming model of 8085 or register organization of 8085, you have to write the same thing, you have to draw same diagram. Understood? So programming model or register organization means how many registers are there in 8085 microprocessor and what are their purposes and how we are using in our programming. So that's why it is also called programming model of 8085 microprocessor. Now if you can see in this diagram, just see in this diagram, it consists of registers A, ESW, which is also called flag, B, C, D, E, H, L, and stack pointer SP, and PC is program counter. So first, what we will do, we will cover First, we will cover these 6 registers. Okay. Now you are familiar with this term register. Register is basically a storage place where you can store data temporarily during the execution of your program. Okay. So here, if you can see, all are 8-bit register. You can see why it is 8-bit, because our 8085 microprocessor is 8-bit microprocessor. So when you are processing, your ALU size should be 8-bit, and when you are transferring data, your data bus should be of 8-bit, and when you are storing that data, the data that should be also your register or your memory location should be of 8-bit. So that's why all registers are 8-bit register. In these two registers, SP and program counter, they are 16-bit register. Why they are 16-bit? Because they are always holding address. Okay. As you know, our address bus is of 16-bit. Our address is of 16-bit. So stack pointer and program counter, these are registers which always hold the address. That's why it is 16-bit. And these other registers are 8-bit. Understood? So first we will start with these 6 register which we call general purpose register, which we call general purpose register. B, C, D, E, H, and L. These are called 6 general purpose programmable register. Now, what do you mean by programmable register? Programmable register means you as a programmer, you as a user can use these register to store your information. Just like in your C++, how you're storing your data by declaring variable like int I is equals to 10. So what does it mean? 10 you are storing in variable I. Okay, but there you can take any name to store your variable, means you can give any name to your variable. So just like here in 8085 microprocessor programming, you can't declare your own variable. So how to store data in your programming? During programming, you need to store data. So we have these B, C, D, E, H, L. So these 6 general purpose programmable register which is used to store 8-bit data. Means if you want to store some data value, then you can use these registers in your program to store information. Understood this concept? Okay. So These are called 6 general purpose register. Now sometimes it is there that we need to store address in these registers. Okay, in your program sometimes you need to store 16-bit data or 16-bit address. Then how it is possible to store in 8-bit? No. Then what we need to do, we have that provision in this architecture that we can combine horizontally these registers. We can combine horizontally these registers, means we can combine BC to make a pair BC. Okay, so BC is a registered pair which is used to store 16-bit information. So that information can be your 16-bit data or it can be your 16-bit address. Same way you can combine DE register and make DE register pair, and this register pair is same purpose, used to store same 16-bit data. Same way you can combine HL and make a pair HL register pair. Okay, so this way we have 6 general purpose 8-bit register and 3 register pair BC, DE and HL. Understood? So why we need registers? We need to store. We need these registers to store data temporarily during the execution of our program. So when we need to store data, we need some variables. So in case of 8085 microprocessor, we have predefined name BC, DE, HL. So these 6 general purpose or these symbols you can use in your program to store data. Understood? Just like is add instruction if you are using, so means it is adding 2 numbers, so one number is in register B, and means what does it mean, that one register in data is in register B, and since we have not done this instruction, so this way you can use, means you can use this name or this register to store one of your data. Understood? So this is 8-bit registers, 6 registers, and 16-bit 3 register pair BC, DE, and HL. Understood? Now next is, I show you the slide. We have 6 general purpose register. Okay, so 6 general purpose register. In 8085, these are programmable. As I've already explained, what is programmable means you as a programmer can use these registers to store information. Now these all are 8-bit. They can store 8-bit data. Why? Because our 8085 is a 8-bit microprocessor. And what is their name? B, C, D, E, H and L. These are 6 general purpose registers which we can use, and we can combine these registers and make register pair. Why we need to do or to perform some 16-bit operation, or we can use we can use to these to store 16-bit data. The programmer can use these registers to store or copy data into register by using data copy instruction. Okay, so understood these 6 register. Understood these 6 registers. Now next is, now we will study about this accumulator register. A is stands for accumulator. See, this is very important register. This is same like your 8-bit other register, but along with that function, it has some special functions also. Just like your B, C, D, E, H and L, you can store your data in accumulator also. So this is also a kind of general purpose register. Understood? This is also a kind of general purpose register. But along with this register to store, along with this operation that it can store 8-bit data, it has other special important function. And what are those functions? The first very important function, it is used in your arithmetic and logical operation. Means when you want to do, just like I'm taking one example, that if you want to perform this operation, means you want to add 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. So when you are adding to one of the data, means either 2 or 3 should be in accumulator. So one of the data should be in accumulator, and after addition, when you perform addition, the final result again it will transfer into accumulator. Understood? So 2 plus 3 we have done, but one data should be in accumulator and other can be from anywhere. It can be from input devices, it can be from register, or it can be from memory. So we can access or take data either directly from input, or your data can be stored somewhere in the register, or data can be in memory location. I'm taking one instruction. This is your second chapter part, but you can understand this instruction here only, and you need this instruction that you should know. So very basic instruction. This is the way to write. This is add b. Okay, I'm writing this instruction add b. So add b means I'm adding two number. तो क्या कंडीशन थी एक्यूमुलेटर की, दैट वन ऑफ द डेटा शुड बी इन एक्यूमुलेटर. मीन्स एक डेटा आपको कहाँ मिलेगा, एक्यूमुलेटर में. ओके, तो दिस इज द वे टू राइट एक्यूमुलेटर. एंड दूसरा डेटा आपको कहाँ होना चाहिए, दैट शुड बी इन रजिस्टर. तो जस्ट लाइक मैंने लिखा था ना, आई हैव रिटन 2 plus 3. ओके, so 2 should be there in accumulator, 3 should be there in register B, and after addition, means after execution of this instruction, your result, that is 5, should come in accumulator. See, I am taking very simple 2 and 3 or 5. Otherwise data कैसे होता है, 2 digit. हमारा 8 bit number है ना, 8 bit processor है, तो हमारा डेटा हेक्साडेसिमल में कैसे होगा, 0203, एंड व्हेन यू ऐड दिस नंबर यू विल गेट 05. ठीक है, so that is your addition ki how to perform or what is the function of accumulator. The accumulator is very important register along with storage. This is just like your general purpose register, that it can store data. Along with that, it has one very important function, that this register is used during arithmetic and logical operation. Means one of the data should be in accumulator, and after execution of that arithmetic and logical operation, final result should transfer or automatically stored in accumulator. Understood? So accumulator का ये दो important function है. What is that? In this accumulator, first of all, it is 8-bit. So as you all know, since our 8085 microprocessor is a 8-bit register, or sorry, 8-bit microprocessor, so storage should be 8-bit, processing should be 8-bit, and transfer of the data should be 8-bit. Means your data bus should be of 8-bit होना चाहिए. When you are processing, so you will give 8-bit data simultaneously, and after processing, when it will store, or before processing, the data will store. So your memory location or register size should be of 8-bit. So it is 8-bit register and it is represented by symbol 8. Now this register is a part of ALU. Okay, why it is a part of ALU? Okay, when I'm saying that the current thing should be there, whatever the thing I'm doing, so one of the data should be in accumulator. One of the data should be in accumulator. See, in this what happened, I'm not going now much in detail, but just for this, see, when you are adding two number to one of the data, as we have already discussed, should be in accumulator. And if I have written add b, so that content of b register should go into a temporary register. If you see the architecture in your TPS or in Footbaker, you will see W and Z. These are two temporary registers, or somewhere it is written temporary register temp. So one of the data accumulator, one of the data is in accumulator, and other data which was in B will transfer to that temporary register, which is not accessible by programmer. That's why it is not here in this. W and Z are not programmable register. It is for microprocessor. So whatever the data is going to ALU, so one data means for addition, if two numbers are going to ALU for processing, so one data should be in accumulator, and other data it should transfer to that temporary register. So that's why a accumulator is considered as the part of ALU, that whatever the thing, current thing which is ALU is going to process, that should come from the accumulator and from temporary register. So temporary register and content of accumulator, आप अगर देखोगे, we will do the diagram. ALU organization. So you can see that whatever the thing we are giving for processing to ALU, it should come from accumulator and from temporary register. Understood? So the whatever we are doing, so that should go into accumulator and temporary register. After processing by ALU, it will again come back into accumulator. So that's why here it is written that this is the part of your ALU. Okay. Now this register is used to store 8-bit data. Okay, and to perform arithmetic and logical operation. So as we have already discussed, that this can be used as a general purpose register, and if you are using it in arithmetic and logical operation, then one of the operand should be stored in accumulator. And again the final result after operation, after arithmetic and logical operation, final result of an operation is again going to store in accumulator. Understood? So that is the main function, a very important function. See, this question, this topic itself is an independent question. See, what are the different functions of accumulator? So you have to write that this, you can divide this third point into two parts, that this is used as a normal 8-bit storage register, and one for and its second point you can write that it is used in arithmetic and logical operation. One of the operand or data should be stored in accumulator, and after processing the final result again will come in accumulator. Okay, now these three functions will be new for you, that we have not studied these topics. Okay, but once we complete all this topic, then you will be very easy or clear to you that what I have written here. I have written here just to complete this topic, that what are the different functions of accumulator. But once you complete with this chapter, you will understand that what are the other functions of accumulator. I am just reading here that it is used to set the status of flag register. Our next topic is flag register only. Okay, PSW first, near next to the accumulator, that is PSW flag register. So used to set the status of flag register. Why it is? Because whatever the current result, whatever the result is there, it is going to store in accumulator. So based on accumulator, it will set the status of the flag register, and it is used to transfer data serially on SID and sort bin. That we will do when we will learn, or when we will study about this pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. See, this is very old microprocessor, and that time peripherals were serials. So, means bit by bit they were transferring the data. So that time 8085 was 8 bit. It is used to transfer, means it can transfer 8 bit data simultaneously. So but we need to means we need something that we can uh, use those peripherals which are working in serial mode. For that, we have special pins on that pin diagram, or the pins of 8085 SID and sort pin, which is used to communicate serially with those peripherals. Okay. एंड उसमें एक्यूमुलेटर हेल्प करता है कि जो बिट बाहर जा रहा है एक एक करके वो कहाँ से जाएगा, एक्यूमुलेटर के लास्ट D7 MSB एक्यूमुलेटर से जाएगा. तो उसमें भी ये एक हेल्प करता है. और उसके बाद जो हमारे इंटरप्ट्स होते हैं उसको भी ये सेट और रीसेट जैसे हम करते हैं. इफ आई वांट टू सी द इंटरप्ट, मतलब हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट्स को मुझे डिसेबल करना है या एनेबल करना है, या उनका स्टेटस, इफ आई वांट टू सी, आई वांट टू रीड द स्टेटस ऑफ हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट, and if I want to see the set or change the status of hardware interrupt, then also we can use accumulator. So these three things are new for you, that it is used in the flag register to set the status of flag register. But little bit I have explained that whatever, because the result is in accumulator and it is a part of ALU, so whatever the thing, if I want to do some special things, so my data should be in accumulator. So this is very important question, independent question. What is accumulator? What are the different functions of accumulator? So the very important function, first function you have to write that this is a part of ALU, and during arithmetic and logical operation, one of the data should be in accumulator, and after arithmetic and logical operation, your final result will store in accumulator. Okay. Second point, you can write that it is also like your general purpose register, which is used to store data temporarily during execution of your program. So, and it can be used as a source register or a destination register. And these 3 points, that it is basically when the final result which is there in the accumulator, वो डेटा कैसा है वो कौन बताता है, फ्लैग रजिस्टर. तो उसको वो हेल्प करता है, बिकॉज फ्लैग रजिस्टर इज टेकिंग द स्टेटस फ्रॉम accumulator, and their flag register is setting or resetting its flags according to the results stored in that register. And it also helps to transfer data serially, but it also helps to communicate data with serial peripheral, because this is not serial microprocessor, it is 8 bit, means or 8 bit data will go simultaneously. But old peripherals were communicated, they were in serial mode, so we need to communicate with those peripherals. So for that we have special pins on 8085 microprocessor, that is SID and SOM. तो यहाँ से हम डेटा सीरियली बिट बाय बिट ट्रांसफर करते हैं. तो वो डेटा D7 से बाहर जाता है, और जब बाहर से डेटा अंदर आ रहा होता है माइक्रो प्रोसेसर में, तो वो D7 बिट ऑफ एक्यूमुलेटर, मतलब MSB, the MSB, the most significant bit of accumulator, will hold that data, और सीरियली वो फिर प्रोसेसर को ट्रांसफर करता है, या फिर प्रोसेसर से लेता हुआ सीरियली पेरिफेरल को ट्रांसफर करता है. And it also used in to set it also used to set इंटरप्ट स्टेटस ऑल्सो, दैट हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट का रीड करना है स्टेटस, या हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट का जो स्टेटस है सेट करना है. कुछ हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट, आई एम नॉट गोइंग इन डिटेल, मास्केबल हार्डवेयर इंटरप्ट कुछ है जिसको हम स्टेटस को सेट कर सकते हैं. अगर हमें नहीं चाहिए अपने प्रोग्रामिंग के एग्जीक्यूशन के टाइम, देन वी कैन एनेबल और डिसेबल with the help of rem and sim instruction, and for that also we need accumulator. So these are very important functions of 8085 microprocessor register, which we call accumulator. Understood? I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll start with the um, flag register. So now this is clear to you. We have 6 register B, C, D, E, H, L. Why we need these register? Register, as its name is saying, to store data. And why it is called programmable? Because these registers you can use in your programming. When you write program, assembly language program, to store data, you need these registers. You can't declare your own variables. Okay, and we can combine these registers, but horizontally you need to combine. You cannot combine with any vertically, diagonally, no. You have to combine only horizontal way. Means you can make the pair BC, DE and HL. 3 register pairs you can make. And you can store 16-bit address or 16-bit data. And accumulator is basically used to hold 8-bit data, as well as the important function of accumulator that it stores during arithmetic and logical operation. One of the data should be in accumulator, and after that processing of instruction, final result again will transfer in the accumulator. Understood? I hope these 7 registers are clear to you. Now the next is, I'll start with this register which we call flag. Somewhere in the books it is written F. F stands for flag register, and this PSW, according to your syllabus or according to your board question, PSW जो है और बहुत सारी book में, it is not the flag, it is a combination of A plus F. It is a combination of accumulator and flag register. And in some books where it is A is here, F is here. Okay, so whatever it is a combination of flag register as well as accumulator register. Why we call so program status word? Because accumulator is holding final result, and flag register, this is also 8-bit register. Flag register is basically, it will tell you the status of the final result. मीन्स एक्यूमुलेटर में कैसा रिजल्ट स्टोर है, मतलब अब कैसा स्टेटस होता है, वो क्या बताता है PSW, सॉरी फ्लैग रजिस्टर. तो आपका ये बोर्ड क्वेश्चन MCQ क्वेश्चन है. द PSW इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ डैश. तो उसमें 4 ऑप्शंस ये होते हैं, A and F, B and C, D and E, H and L. So you have to opt for A and F. So PSW, program status word, is the combination of accumulator and flag register. Accumulator is holding address and flag register is basically telling the status of that result which is stored in accumulator. अभी मतलब क्या status बताता है, that we will see in this next slide. See, this is flag register is detail. Flag register is basically, it is a 8-bit register, but that time in 1976 this 8-bit are fully not, these are not fully used. You can see some empty places there here in this, these. D5 is free, D3 is free, and D1 is free. So these are called unused bit. In some books it is written with U, unused bit. And in your exam MCQ is also there, that how many unused bits are there in flag register. So 3 unused bits are there in your flag register. So, or actually every processor has different flags, मतलब number of flags. Just like आगे अब आप जैसे पढ़ोगे 8086 के flags पढ़ोगे, 80 मतलब 16-bit प्रोसेसर के फ्लैग्स पढ़ोगे और 32-bit प्रोसेसर के फ्लैग्स पढ़ोगे. तो इन दैट 16-bit प्रोसेसर है तो उसका रजिस्टर साइज फ्लैग रजिस्टर भी 16-bit होगा. तो देयर वी हैव 9 फ्लैग्स. ऐसे ही 32 में हम अराउंड 14 to 15 फ्लैग्स आते हैं. लाइक दैट वी हैव Based on architecture, based on microprocessor, we have different flags. तो in 8085 जब 8085 डिजाइन हुआ था तब उसमें 5 flags से बनाए थे. Flag is basically what? It is a bit. See, हर एक रजिस्टर कितने बिट का है? एक हर एक रजिस्टर 8 बिट का है. तो मीन्स वी कैन स्टोर 8 बिट इंफॉर्मेशन. As you all know how to store information, what is the storage thing inside your register? We have already done that concept in 11th standard. We have flip-flops. What is flip-flop? Flip-flop is a 1-bit storage place which is used to hold 1-bit data. The 8-bit register means you can say it consists of 8 flip-flops. Okay, so you can use that individual flip-flop in flag register. Out of 8 flip-flops or out of 8 bits, you are using 5 flip-flops. Here I have written here that ALU includes 5 flip-flops which are set. See, how to store information in flip-flop? It is stored either in 0 form or in 1 form. If it is 0, it is called reset. If it is 1, then it is called set state. हमने पढ़ा था ना RC flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop. Okay, so flag registers में it is just like if you are storing, so which flip-flop you are using? You are using D flip-flop. Then D flip-flop, when you give 0, it will store 0. When you give 1, it will store 1. Okay, so in 8085 flag register, we have total 5 flags, and 5 flags which we call 5 flip-flops which are set or reset after an operation according to the data condition of the result is stored in accumulator and other registers. Why I have written other registers? Because in programming when we do branching condition, तो जो काउंटर हम बनाते हैं वो दूसरे रजिस्टर से बनाते हैं, तो उसके स्टेटस पे भी फ्लैग अपना पोजीशन चेंज करता है. ओके, सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन कौन सा इंस्ट्रक्शन हम यूज कर रहे हैं, तो बेस्ड ऑन फ्लैग्स विल सेट और रीसेट. तो अंडरस्टूड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. तो फ्लैग इज बेसिकली इट इज in 8085 it has how many? 8085 has how many flags? It has 5 flags, and these are nothing but a single flip-flop which are set or reset. So when I am saying it is set, तो means वहाँ पे क्या store हो रहा है? 1. And when I am saying it is reset, तो वहाँ पे क्या store हो रहा है? 0. So these 5 flags is basically telling the status of the result is stored either in accumulator and other registers. Now in this, we'll go one by one. See, I cover this topic in next class. I'm just giving the name. They are called zero flag, carry flag, sign flag, parity flag, and auxiliary flag. So these are 5 flags which we are going to study in next class. Because अभी class over होने वाली है. So I think this is clear to you everyone. Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can ask. So we'll continue in next class explanation of flag. Okay. If you have any doubt, so you can ask.